Hello everyone and welcome to the DEV Blitz Brawl, Game 2. My name is Kieran and I'm here with Carol and we're your commentary team for the day, and I'm really looking forward to this match. We got Jason Chung on Briar and Jacob on Oldhim, two developers and fantastic players in their own right. And yeah, so Carol, what are you expecting to see in this game? Like, expecting Oldhim to play a bit slow and defensively and Briar to set up like these really huge turns, or am I way off the mark there?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think what we're going to see is Oldhim just playing the classic Oldhim game of basically disruption with the hero ability. We're going to see. I have a feeling that this might be quite a long one, just purely because of how Oldhim it plays. I do know. I have a feeling that after seeing Jacob play the hero, that he's going to try and play a very control type deck. Whereas Jason is, from the equipment, we can see that he's got Mark of Lightning, which is...
Yeah, I did want to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah. So I think that's a suggestion that he's going to try to abuse some kind of powerful on damage effect. Probably, hey, looking at the playmat, it could be the Blossoming Spellblade, but we also see the Crown of Seeds and Spellbound Creepers, which are just very, very... Crown of Seeds is really good for going kind of into a late game because it lets you prevent a lot of damage. Spellbound Creepers, it's great to set up those combos because kind of flashing in a powerful non-attack action card can be just a strong play. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out. What are your kind of thoughts on the matchup, Kieran?
Kind of along those lines, I'd expect Oldhim to play a more control-y role. And sorry, just to kick things off, we see Jason has played a Tome of the Arknight, which misses, then he plays a Fulminate. It looks like he was just doing that to set up that embodiment of lightning. So he's sort of saying, look, I don't have a big turn this turn, but next turn you better watch out because I'm starting with a sort of quicken token in play. Not quite, but similar.
Absolutely. And I think that's a great turn one play because it just sets you up for the following turn. And what's really cool about the embodiment of lightning is you can set one up, and then on the turn that you go off, you can actually create another one and just kind of keep going, which is really cool.
And we see...
we see the Winter's Bite. Winter's Bite yellow version, and another one. And this card is just really punishing against any deck that likes to play 4 and 5 card hands, which Briar is actually one of those decks, I believe. And then we see Jason just trying to get some more information with that Crown of Seeds. Also, he has a Prevention Shield up now. But yeah, it kind of helps him stack his pitch. But it is quite punishing for Briar to lose those cards from hand, whether they like it or not.
Absolutely, and here we see Jacob just create the Seismic Surge token, come onto Command and Conquer. It's just sort of vanilla damage at this point. It's not threatening the arsenal, but it is 6 damage, and because Jason's already given up 2 cards from his hand, it does make it difficult just to take all that damage and, come back in. So he did have the 1 Prevention Shield up from the Crown of Seeds, so that's only coming for 2 here. And now we see Jason come in with that Heaven's Claws with Go again. So it does have the Rosetta Thorn online, not with the arcane damage. And this is just a little bit annoying for Jacob because obviously if it hits, he gets those embodiment of Earth tokens on Jason's side, which makes defending against the Oldhim attacks just that little bit easier. So your non-attack actions, for example, may be able to defend for 4, stop things like that Winter's Whale coming in and threatening a Frostbite.
Absolutely.
And Jacob here,
no arsenal for Jason, so he's just trying to pressure. I'm excited to see how Jason approaches this because we can already see that Oldhim puts a lot of pressure through disruption and defense, and he's got that Winter's Whale, which is just so annoying for decks like Briar, which want to kind of utilize as much as they can through pitch and cards and stuff like that to create those powerful combos. So yeah, we'll see how Jason adapts to this.
Interesting here. So Jacob is elected to take the damage from Heaven's Claws, and he's actually chosen to use that Crater Fist to defend out the Rosetta Thorn, which again is just 2 physical vanilla damage. So interesting to see if he's choosing to if he wants to try use that this turn. Okay, he is. He is.
Yeah.
So here we see a Spinal Crush in hand, so this could be quite a big attack coming down.
Yeah, I think he's having second thoughts on the line he wants to take here, but ultimately decides to pop that Crater Fist.
Yeah, because usually it'd be a little bit unusual to defend with that just for 2 vanilla damage, particularly against some on-hit effects, but here we see a huge Spinal Crush coming down. Now, I believe that's for 11 damage.
Yes. Yeah. Coming in for 11, really forcing Jason to use his hand to defend with.
Okay, so
Jason's just happy to save his life and set up that arsenal card.
So then that's a Gorganian Tome, I believe, which is quite strong in Briar, helps get you towards that embodiment of lightning a bit quicker. We'll see if Jacob can keep up the pressure here. And here we see the Tear Asunder coming in with the Endless Winter Fuse. So that's massive. That's coming in for 9 with Dominate. You can see that Endless Winter on-hit effects there. So that's going to create a number of Frostbites to really make a swing back from Jason very, very difficult here.
Yeah. And the discard is just so strong because if Jacob decides to go for a very controlling fatigue strategy, losing 2 cards for Jason is actually pretty big. But the kind of silver lining for Jason in this situation is it's not like a crippling crush with the cards that discard at random. He gets to choose which cards he wants to keep.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. So here we see the Gorganian Tome come out to draw Jason that card, get him towards that embodiment of lightning token. I see he's got a Sonata Arcanix in hand. Also the Channel Mount Heroic. So we could see him. He's got the pitch of Volthaven, the Pulse of Volthaven here, I believe. So he may be able to set up an embodiment of lightning and get that Channel Mount Heroic down. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Jacob to keep up the pace here, because that is a huge turn that represents.
Yeah, drawing some kind of zero-cost attack would be just so nice for Jason here. But he did take a lot of damage on the previous turn. So the tunic, I guess the thing is that he can't really activate the tunic because it would give him a frostbite from the endless winter, right? So.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point. So that endless winter is actually becoming very, very frustrating at the moment. Shutting down what would otherwise be quite an annoying turn. So he could still look to get that Channel Mount Heroic down, get his token, or he's already got the embodiment of lightning created. I know he's just going to choose to come in with the...
Yeah, Exude Confidence. And the Exude Confidence is actually a pretty interesting choice as a card, especially against heroes like Oldhim, because of the ability, which just messes with Oldhim's defenses really well. So I wonder if that was a strategic choice for matchups such as Oldhim, just to kind of create some space. And I'm actually quite surprised by how quickly the pace of this game has been going. I mean, Jason's already dropped to 7. We see Jacob actually not playing too defensively. He's opting to put a lot of pressure back on Jason. So he's been taking quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see Jason last turn preferring to get out that Exude Confidence rather than set up the channel. I think that makes a lot of sense here, right? Because he's aware of this channel like Frigid as well. He's thinking it's going to be difficult for me to have a big turn next turn either way. So I don't just want to set up this Channel Mount Heroic and have it die. And here we see the Winter's Wail coming in. So the channel like Frigid is down. It is going to survive. We've got a Winter's Bite in the pitch zone. So Jason just lining up his defense here.
Yeah, he chose to keep that channel Thunderstep. Because even though it defended for 4, he already had that prevention shield from the crown. So he's opted to keep it. And now we see pitch Channel Thunderstep to play a Channel Thunderstep and set up for next turn. And let's see what he can do with this channel here.
So shouldn't that cost 1 more because of the channel like Frigid?
Yes.
Because it does cost 1. Yep. No, that makes sense.
He did pitch a yellow, so it did cost 2, yeah.
And now we see if Jacob can keep that channel like Frigid alive for a second turn. That's going to be very frustrating if he can, and I have a feeling that he might be looking to do so.
And that Crown of Seeds, kind of like a bit of an offensive player, like Jacob's using it as on his turn, potentially digging for that second ice card that catch, and he did manage to find one, I believe. So yeah, he managed to play the Spinal Crush, still keep a card to Arsenal, and keep up his lake, which yeah, I'm not sure that Channel Thunderstep's going to do much, to be honest. But let's see how Jason gets away with this one.
Yeah, so for our viewers here, what are you looking to try set up on Briar here? It feels like you're in a very tough spot. You're facing down a Channel Lake Frigid, a Spinal Crusher on 7 life. Are you what do you feel Jason's game plan is here? Is he maybe sort of just waiting for that Channel Lake Frigid to die, maybe defending to keep his life total as high as possible, and try and set up some big blossoming turn?
Absolutely. And I think that's Jason. I think that I have a feeling that all these cards that he's actually been using Crown of Seeds, we've seen him do this with the Channel Mount Heroic. We've seen him do it with the turn 1 Blossoming Spellblade. Maybe he's trying to set something up, and here we see him. He actually has drawn both of those cards.
And just a point there, it looks like we got that wrong. Jacob was not able to keep that Channel Lake Frigid in play. So that allows Jason to get the Tome of Finder with Go again from the Thunderstep, and it allows him to get the Channel Mount Heroic down. So now he has the Embodiment of Lightning, he's got the Channel Mount Heroic. It looks like that Thunderstep is not going to stick around. But now we can see, I feel like this is the turn where you really cross your fingers and go, please, Oldhim, just give me this one turn. Like, let me do my thing. And there's the Winter's Bite.
Jacob loves those Winter's Bites. I'm pretty sure he's running all 6 copies, and he just knows how effective this card is against Jason's deck. I mean, all Jason wants is 1 5-card hand turn, right? Like 4 cards in hand, 1 in arsenal, 1 big turn. But Jacob's been relentless with this. Does he have the fuse? I don't think this is fused, which means this is just it is threatening lethal, but it is damage that I think Jason is quite happy that it's actually vanilla and it's not dominated. So let's see how he approaches this one.
Absolutely. When you see Jacob in his hand there, he's clutching that Sigil of Solace, which is going to take him back up on life, and another card in hand to set an arsenal, turning on his Crown of Seeds for next turn. And yeah, will we see Jason elect to go down to 1 here?
Absolutely.
Yep, because he may just reach a point where he thinks, look, I've got to make something happen. I've got the Channel Mount Heroic, I've got my Embodiment of Lightning. Like, this is the turn where I need to strip 3 or 4 cards and see what I can make work.
And is that a Tome of Harvest in his hand? He can dual fuse that Blossoming Spellblade, which is going to be coming in for 9. So I think this is here we go. This is the turn that Jason's been waiting for.
And that's been sitting in Arsenal since turn 1, I believe. Oh, wait, no, sorry, that's not correct.
He did have it in Arsenal on turn 1, but he tucked it away with Crown of Seeds, and he managed to find it again after shuffling his deck with that Sonata. So, just powerful attack. He has that Mark of Lightning. There's a lot of targets, non-attack action cards that he can get back that are really powerful. So, I feel like this is going to be a big one. And even though Jacob's on 11 life, I'm actually worried that he might be in trouble here.
Okay, so we see he has...
And he's got a Sigil and a Winter's Bite, so I'm not even sure if Jacob can just straight defend this.
Yeah, because he'll be wanting to...
He does have I think he does have a defender's reaction in his arsenal.
Because he'll likely be wanting to defend for 9, I feel, and use the Crown of Seeds potentially to stop that Mark of Lightning.
True, absolutely.
Okay,
and I think Jason is trying to work out whether Jacob has a defense reaction in his hand, because if he does, he can actually prevent all the damage. 1 from Crown, coming in from the Mark of Lightning, and then 1 defense and I think that's what Jacob knows, and he is trying to either bluff, or he's basically trying to represent that defense reaction in his hand, which would shut down Jason's turn completely. So Jason is trying to figure out whether it's actually worth to pop that Mark of Lightning here.
Because the Mark of Lightning is hugely important, it feels, so he doesn't want to just burn it and then Jacob reveal the defense rack from hand and just shut the whole turn down. Is that Is that kind of what you're feeling from this situation?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So the big bluff from Jacob coming down here.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the defense reaction. I'm pretty sure it's a sigil from what I remember seeing from his hand last turn.
No, Jason says, look, show me the money. Like, if you got it, I want to see it.
Oh, but that's the thing. I mean, the card draw, he could have drawn that defense reaction. I think that's what he was really hoping for. Unfortunately, it's two cards that cannot defend. So, Jason is definitely going to get that Blossoming Spellblade trigger.
Okay, so this is really big here because the Blossoming Spellblade can get a non-attack action that has go again. So that's going to grant him, if he even needs that for the additional action point, he could have up to 2 action points. So then we could be looking at something like that Heaven's Claws coming down plus a Rosetta Thorn attack. And Jacob, he was sitting pretty, and now he's looking at his hand with Awakening and Sigil of Solace and going, I'm a little bit scared for my life here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now the time of find out. So to draw 2 cards.
So Jason actually has a 4-card hand still, a Channel Mount Heroic, and Jacob doesn't have any defense value in his hand. So things are actually looking really dicey for Jacob here.
And I think that's a force of nature. So if he plays this, he's going to generate an embodiment of lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, actually, sorry, I may have got that card wrong. It's a little bit difficult to see.
It is. I think it is a force of nature, but Jason has a Valor Flash, which can actually play out a non-attack action as there we go. It's a red Valor Flash, and he's fusing it with a blue Heaven's Claw, and he is hiding the remaining card in his hand.
Oh no, this is turning into a disaster. I feel for Jacob. Yeah, that's
really needs to.
Yeah, that's.
And it's crazy to see that all it really took is like one big setup turn to melt Jacob's life total from 11. Now he's just threatening so much damage. And remember that Valor Flash is coming in for 8 thanks to Channel Mount Heroic, and that's Jacob's already been attacked for 9 with 2 instances of ping.
And he's going to draw a card here from the Force of Nature.
True.
Because the Channel Mount Heroic, that Valor Flash is higher than its original attack, so he's drawing a card there. Yeah. He's got the action point, and this Heaven Claw is coming in for 6. Now, if that hits, that's also drawing a card. And Jacob just extends the hand, so wow. That was really cool to watch.
What a finish. What a finish. I feel like Jason really made the most of that Channel Mount Heroic. Like, that card gave him 9 points of extra damage, and then we see he really used those embodiments of lightning so well as well. What a finish to the game.
Absolutely, and it just goes to show, using that life as a resource. Like, Jacob was in that position where he could threaten him down to 1, but just giving up that Farndale Spring Tunic let Jason really sit up and just really, really punish him with that embodiment of lightning in the Channel Mount Heroic. That's all from us today. Thank you for tuning in. What an amazing game. I'm really excited to see the rest of the games in this series. Yeah, stay tuned for more amazing action coming soon.